Welcome to the introductory video for Martin Luther Life and Legacy. We'll start with how to set up the game. Select a dealer who will gather, shuffle, and deal 4 cards from the realm deck to each player. The square realm deck contains city cards and resource cards. Resource cards have 4 different resources: 2 white background assets and 2 black background citizen classes. You'll match these to the needs of city cards for adding a city to your realm and scoring points. Next, the dealer will place the realm deck in the center of the table as a draw pile and turn over 2 cards to start the face-up discards. During the draw and discard phase of your turn, you'll pick from these discards and draw pile to replenish your hand to 4 cards. Next, the dealer shuffles and gives each player 2 persona cards. Persona cards represent key figures from the Protestant Reformation. They have religious and economic powers you'll use to add cities to your realm. Here, Charles V adds +1 to any crown-controlled citizen class resource. But use them wisely because they may be captured by an opponent who steals the city where they reside. Finally, the dealer will shuffle the event deck, giving each player 2 event cards. You'll use these to complete events from the Reformation. Each event card has 2 different events for you to choose. Here, if you have Torgau with sword assets and Protestant soldiers, you'll earn 6 points. Or perhaps you have Mansfeld with its clergy and crown-controlled wheat. Events are completed by matching them to a specific city with resources matching a specific affiliation. Let's review an example of each gameplay. First, there is adding a city. You'll play a city card in front of you with at least one of its matching resources. Wittenberg requires clergy and books. Using cards from their hand, this player has 2 Protestant clergy and 2 crown-controlled books for earning a total of 4 points. Their opponent can steal their city using matching resources whose added values are greater than those in play. This opponent has 3 clergy and 2 books for a total of 5. Since 5 is greater than 4 in play, they can steal the city, replacing the lower valued resources with their own and taking its resources for future plays. Replace your resources to earn more points and prevent opponents from stealing your city. This player has 3 books and uses it to replace the lower valued 2 books. Now Wittenberg is worth 6 points. Play a persona card to protect or steal a city. Persona cards can add 1 point to any resource matching its affiliation. Here, Martin Luther can add 1 point to any Protestant citizen class resource, making Wittenberg worth 7 points. On another turn, you can remove Martin Luther for future plays. Completing an event earns you 6 points and requires its city to have both resources with 1 resource matching a required affiliation. Here, Wittenberg must have Protestant clergy and books to complete Martin Luther's posting of the 95 Theses. Once you complete an event, it freezes all plays for that city, locking in points for the resources plus 6 points for the event. Let's cover game setup. The dealer gives each player 4 realm deck cards. Then they place the realm deck and 2 face-up discards in the center of the table. Then the dealer gives each player 2 persona cards and 2 event cards. That's the game setup. Each of the following actions may be taken once in your turn. You can add a city by playing a city card and 1 or more matching resource cards. You can steal a city using resources whose added values is greater than your opponent's. You can add a missing resource or replace resources on your cities with matching resources. You can play a persona card to add points to matching resources and complete an event to score points and freeze all plays for that city. Thank you for purchasing Martin Luther Life and Legacy. Be sure to download the Educator's Guide, gameplay examples, and Teacher's Aid documents for sharing the fascinating story of Martin Luther and the Protestant Reformation.